Hello YTPC, how is everybody? I hope you are all well. Smoking a tattooer here today. It's funny, I haven't smoked a cigar for a while, and I had one of the Chinchillero Barbapol cigars that I do enjoy recently, and it hit me. It really did hit us. I was quite surprised actually, um, because I felt that they were quite mild. I mean, even the Retrohale was quite took quite a bit to get used to again, and it just goes to show that not smoking, because I do like really Maduro cigars, but not smoking strong tobacco, or your nicotine tolerance sort of like goes high again. But so yeah, I've got quite a shock when I had that, but so far with this one, I haven't been too bad. So yeah, just thought I would do a little catch up and let you know I'm still here. Though it has been quite a strange year this year. Um, I suffered a back injury around April, and which, because I was working through an agency at the time, pretty much cost us the job that I was doing. It wasn't an injury at work, ironically. It was just something I was pottering on, something really stupid in the house, and I sort of bent down to sort something out. Went tried to get back up, and I couldn't stand up straight for 2 weeks. So yeah, it has taken me quite a while to get that sorted out. I did think I was okay and went back to another job, and I was literally in there 2 hours and it went again. So I thought, okay, this isn't just a pulled muscle, it's something a little bit more. So yeah, I've had to take a while to get this sorted out. I've been able to do a couple of little fill-in jobs, because generally I do a lot of agency stuff. And unfortunately, when you're through agencies, you don't really get stuff like sick pay, that kind of thing. So I sort of had to try and manage, and we've been able to get through it. But luckily, touch wood, things seem to be on the mend. I've had to totally rethink my working attitude, because a lot of the work that I have done in the past is pretty heavy stuff. So working in the steel industry. Um, this year I was working building kitchens, so you can imagine when these units are fully built, getting them down off benches, it's more heavy than you actually think. So I've had to do a total rethink about what I'm going to do now. I did kind of think about maybe getting back into office work. Um, but luckily something has come up again. I've been holding off because I thought, well, rather than go through agencies, I'll try and go direct to companies rather than a third party. Because a lot of the time I tend to go in to do a particular job, and I find out that I'll end up being stuck on something else which isn't what I thought I was going to do to begin with. I've just sort of put up with it because I knew it was only short term. So luckily I went for an interview on Monday. It's for a cable company. Not cable as in television cable, cable as in wiring, that kind of thing. And it's similar to what I have done in the past. So I have an understanding of what needs to be done, and I got the job. I start on Monday, so I'm really looking forward to that. Um, I haven't bought any tobacco or cigars for a good 6 months. Mainly because, one, I've got enough really there to last me a good long time. So, and obviously, as you know, I have been working through some of my open stuff and stuff I'd done a review of before. I did do a bit of an interesting blend. I was just mixing some tobacco open. I had a box of Toscanos there. So I broke up a couple of Toscanos and I mixed some of the Afternoon Delight in with it. And yeah, that was quite a nice, tasty smoke actually. So yeah, once that's done, I've still got some left. I might just make another batch up. So yeah, maybe that's why I'm probably able to handle this cigar today. So yes, I just thought I would do a little, it's just a little hello, let you know I'm still here. Um, I was talking to Phil a while ago. Hopefully we'll probably have a catch up again soon. I know he's had COVID and Bubba had COVID, so probably waiting for their taste buds to be back to normal before we have another catch up. So yeah, it's just nice to have a bit of breathing space and get back on track and get back into a routine where just there's only so many things you can watch on Netflix and Amazon and before you get really fed up looking at the television screen. And unfortunately, with having to be careful with what I'm doing, I've had to the sort of things I've wanted to do that I've been wary of doing in case I re-injured my back. So, and obviously having to be a bit more frugal with the funds. But I must say, I haven't had a tattoo for a while, and it's going great with a cup of coffee. Retro Hill still got a bit of a kick. Karen's off today as well, so we've been getting the Halloween things out and getting prepped for that. Stickers on the windows and all the autumn and Halloween garlands on the doors, and I don't know. It's like living with a big kid. We're both just as bad, really. I really cannot believe where this year's gone. It's absolutely flown over. It only seems like 5 minutes ago we were putting Christmas decorations away, and now it's sort of like been digging out the Halloween stuff and sorting out a couple of things while I was up there. I thought, well, I might as well get them down because they're going to be getting used next month. So, well, yeah, here we are again. Sorry, Ed, I missed the smoke ring day. I really haven't watched a lot of piping videos on YouTube for. In fact, I think the last video I watched was Ed's. Just really because I'm not buying any or anything like that, and I don't want to buy any. I've been staying away from some of the tobacco reviews because you know what it's like. You watch the videos and the old tad kicks in and you think, ooh, I'll buy half a dozen tins of that. And so no, I've been very strict and yeah, working through what I've got. I've had these for a couple of years now. I still got quite a few left. I've only had the odd one. What I like about these cigars is that I do not get a lot of that nasty chemical taste coming from it. I'm just wondering whether to do a purge, because I do think there is some in there, but it isn't as bitey as what I sometimes get. But I can guarantee when I do a purge on this, it's going to have a flame out of it. It's very rarely that I get a cigar where I don't have to at least do one purge on it. Sometimes I just like to do it because I feel like it just blasts whatever's in there out, and then I'd certainly notice a change in the flavour when I do it. But I think if you like really tarty red Virginia style tobaccos like that really battery acid zap, then it probably wouldn't really bother you. You probably wouldn't really notice it as much. But yeah, every now and then, again, sometimes I've smoked a cigar, I haven't had that taste, but I've still done a purge anyway, and it's surprising how much of a flame you get out at the end, and you think, wow, I haven't reached it wherever it's been sitting in a little pocket in amongst the tobacco. So it might be worth just doing one now just before it does get that bad. There it is. I'm just going to roll that ash off the front there just so I can get a better flame on the front. Yep, there's still a little flame on there. Right, just goes to prove. And if you look in the front there, there's that little pocket. Strange, isn't it? Very strange. Oh, that retrohale's a kick. Oh. I better get back into it because it's coming into Latakia season. I've been sorting out some of the Latakia blends, getting ready for those cold evenings. I do like a Latakia in autumn, winter time. I think it's because you get that sort of wood smoked smell that comes from it. It's really like cozy, and nothing better than having a nice log effect fire. It would be nice to have an actual log burner in here, but I've thought about it, putting one in the corner because there is the hole in the wall where the previous person had a tumble dryer there. So I do have the hole in the wall which I could feed the flue through, but you never know. I don't want anything, too extravagant. Probably just a little camping style one would be nice in there just to set it away and get some warmth in here. But I've been given a nice oil filled radiator, so I might get that set up in here as well, because at least I can put that on a timer and sort of get it ready and have it come on maybe an hour before I come out here in the winter, and it'll be nice and toasty. These are definitely one of my favourite cigars. Such a good taste. Lovely nutty flavour you get from it. Like I say, with a cup of coffee, kind of go along. Mm. So, what have I been watching recently? Well, pretty much as I can get my hands on, really. I've been watching the new series of Peacemaker. I think I've got the last episode to watch, which I think might be ready now. I really enjoyed the Alien Earth. When I first started, I wasn't quite sure. I didn't know, if you've watched it or not. It's that whole putting kids into synthetic bodies thing, or to Peter Pan, or where we're going with this. But I stuck with it, and episode 5 was that was like a movie in itself. And yeah, by the end, I really enjoyed it, and it looks like it's going to be setting itself up for a second season. And the downside is we want it now. Probably setting us up for the Predator Badlands movie that'll be coming out soon. Looking forward to that. We've got the new Ed Gein series to watch. Probably be doing that this weekend. Because they did such a good job on the Jeffrey Dahmer one. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what that's like. What other series have I watched? I watched Watchmen. I'm a big fan of Watchmen. I mean, I remember getting the graphic novel. I think I got it for, it was either my 20th or my 21st birthday, and because I'd only really read UK comics, that was and obviously because the comic was created by UK guys, the writer and artist, etc. I thought, okay, I'll give it a go, and it was bought for us as a birthday present, and it just totally blew me away, because you think to yourself, well, it's superheroes, but obviously it's totally dark twist on it. And when you read it, I was thinking at the time, my God, how did they get away with it, especially with it being DC? It was like, what? And then when the movie came out, I thought that they did a fantastic job of that. But the series, I don't know. I'm not sure. Good story, good actors, but I don't know. Jury's out on that one. Might have to do a rewatch. But I thought it was really interesting because I watched a documentary not long before I watched the Watchmen series, and strangely enough, the series takes place in this time period about the massacre in Greenwood in Tulsa in 1921, where sort of basically they killed loads of black people. It was almost like an ethnic cleansing. And when I watched that documentary, and then I watched the series straight after, it was like, it would have been really strange watching the series and not knowing that documentary before and having an idea of what actually happened. Yeah, so it was interesting in that respect. I've started Three Body Problem, but I'm toying with the idea I might actually get the books, because I'm a couple of episodes in and I'm thinking, yeah, this, I reckon, and a lot of people have, I sort of looked at some reviews on it, and a lot of people have said read the books, because there's so much happens that they kind of do it in the series. So yeah, might look into starting them. So yeah. I watched that movie Weapons. I just could not get into it. Karen couldn't get into it either. And it was one of those movies where you just sort of ended up flicking through and to really see what's going to happen, and just felt as if it all came together in the last 10 minutes. And yeah, a lot of people are raving about it, but I don't know whether it was just not in the right mood for it that night or what. But I couldn't see the hype in it, in all honesty. But then I really enjoyed the movie Sinners, and a lot of people have said that, well, they thought that was, you know, crap. And again, personal taste, I suppose. But yeah, been some good movies out this year actually. Been some crap as well, but yeah, I've you know, enjoyed the Fantastic Four movie. I didn't think I would enjoy the Superman. I enjoyed it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll not say too much, but if you've watched the Superman movie, watch the Peacemaker series, um, because there's a lot of, it's obviously taking place in the same timeline. Right, I've been on 20 minutes. I'm going to go. So yes, I'm alive and well. Well, as well as can be. So fingers crossed. Get back into it and hopefully. I mean, I do have some cigars there that I've never tried yet, and I've kind of been hanging on to them. I know Welsh Piper sent us a load last year that is still sitting there that I haven't tried. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get back in the saddle, I suppose. Do a couple of reviews, get my cigar chops back. So until next time, stay safe, have a great weekend, and see you soon.